It was a normal evening inside a quiet suburban house. The family had finished dinner. Laughter filled the living room as Arav and his cousins decided to play hide and seek. The lights were dim. The house felt warm and safe. When it was his turn to hide, Arav chose the attic. No one ever hid there. The stairs creaked as he climbed upward, holding a small flashlight. He smiled, believing no one would find him. The attic door closed softly behind him. Arav crouched behind old storage boxes. He turned off his flashlight to stay hidden. Silence surrounded him. Then he heard it. Slow breathing. At first he smiled. He assumed one of his cousins had followed him upstairs. The breathing continued, heavy, close. He whispered a name softly. No one answered. The air suddenly felt colder. Downstairs, the mother noticed something strange. The game had gone quiet. Too quiet. She called Arav's name from the bottom of the stairs. No reply came. The father stood up, sensing tension in the air. He grabbed a flashlight and moved toward the attic steps. Neither of them knew someone else was already inside. The father opened the attic door slowly. The flashlight beam cut through darkness. Arav was frozen behind boxes. Then the light shifted. In the far corner of the attic, a thin figure moved. Dirty, torn clothes, long, messy hair, hollow eyes reflecting the light. The man had been hiding there, watching, not for minutes, but for weeks. Police arrived within minutes. The officers searched the attic carefully. Blankets were hidden behind insulation. Empty food cans were stacked in silence. The intruder had been living above the family. Moving at night, listening through ceilings, Arav realized something terrifying. That breathing he heard earlier was not new. It had been there before, and no one noticed. The intruder did not resist arrest. He remained silent while officers escorted him downstairs. His eyes avoided everyone. Cold, empty. At the station, the man finally spoke. He claimed he had entered the house weeks earlier through a broken vent. He waited until the family left for school and work. Then he moved silently through the rooms. At night, he returned to the attic, listening, learning their routines. The officers realized something disturbing. He knew the family schedule better than they did. Back at the house, the police continued searching the attic. They discovered something far worse than blankets and food. There were small objects collected. Arav's toy car, the mother's hair clip, the father's watch. The intruder had taken them quietly. Watching from above, living between the walls, the father felt anger. The mother felt fear. But Arav felt something else. He remembered hearing soft steps before the game even began. That night, Arav could not sleep. He stared at his bedroom ceiling. He realized the breathing he heard during hide and seek was familiar. He had heard it before, late at night, above his room. Sometimes footsteps crossed the ceiling slowly. He had assumed it was old wood expanding. It was not. Investigators checked the timeline carefully. The intruder had been inside the house nearly 3 weeks. During that time, the family never noticed. He moved only when they were asleep. He memorized the sound of each door, each step, each voice. The officer explained this was not uncommon. There were documented cases of intruders secretly living inside homes, hidden in crawl spaces, inside walls, above ceilings. The horror was not fictional. It was real. Before being transferred, the intruder said something quietly. He claimed he never intended to harm the family. He only wanted shelter. But he admitted one chilling detail. He enjoyed listening to them play. He enjoyed the sound of fear in the attic. Arav realized something horrifying. The man had not been discovered by accident. He had been watching the game, and he had moved closer. Weeks passed after the arrest. The house felt quieter, safer. But Arav still avoided the attic stairs. The wooden ceiling above his bedroom no longer felt empty. One night, a faint tapping sound echoed above him again. Soft, slow. His heart began racing. The intruder was already in custody. So who was above the ceiling now? The father heard it too. A light scraping sound from the attic. He grabbed the same flashlight and slowly approached the stairs. The mother stood behind him holding her phone. The police had confirmed the house was clear weeks ago. The attic door creaked open once more. Dust floated in the beam of light. Nothing moved, but something felt wrong. This time the father searched deeper. Behind insulation, between wooden panels, he noticed a small opening near the far corner, barely visible. It led into a narrow crawl space inside the ceiling. The police had not checked that area before. A chill moved down his spine. The police returned that night. The officer entered the crawl space carefully. It was tight, dark, silent. Then the flashlight revealed fresh marks, new scratches on the wood, recent footprints in the dust. Someone had moved through there after the arrest. The officer exchanged a silent look with the father. The intruder may not have been alone. Back at the station, investigators questioned the intruder again. This time his reaction changed. His eyes shifted nervously. He admitted something unexpected. He had heard footsteps above him some nights. Soft movement inside the ceiling while he hid below. He thought it was the family, but it was not. For weeks he believed he was the only one living in the attic. He was wrong. Police sealed the house for a final search. Every room was checked again. Every vent opened. Every wall tapped. The crawl space above the attic felt different this time. The officer moved slowly inside with his flashlight. Dust floated in the narrow tunnel. The air felt heavy. Then the beam stopped. A second sleeping area appeared deeper in the crawl space. Old blankets were hidden behind wooden beams. Empty food wrappers, water bottles. But this area looked newer, cleaner. The intruder had been living below. Someone else had lived above him. For days, maybe weeks. The officer felt a cold realization. The family had unknowingly shared their home with two strangers. Footprints led toward a small vent opening near the roof. The vent had been loosened recently. Whoever lived there had escaped, possibly the same night the first intruder was arrested. The father stood below, watching silently. The mother held Arav close. The house no longer felt safe. During final questioning, the first intruder confessed something chilling. He had sensed movement above him many nights. Soft breathing that was not his own. Slow steps in the crawl space. He thought he imagined it, but he remembered one moment clearly. During the hide-and-seek game, something shifted above both of them while the child hid below. Two strangers listened from the ceiling. The second intruder was never identified. No fingerprints matched. No suspect was found. The family eventually moved away. The house remained empty for years. Arav never forgot that night. He never played hide and seek again. Because sometimes, when you hide, you're not alone. And sometimes, you're not the only one hiding.